Okay, today we're going to talk about Scientology, which is a religion that studies truth. And this little sheet right here, I'm going to answer some questions for you people who are all watching this. Question number 1. What does your religion accomplish today in society? Well, Scientologists, it helps people discover things for themselves. And they have, like, the way that they do this, they have anti-drug programs and set of moral standards and education methodology, and it's like little programs to get people together so they can learn more about it. And they also talk about volunteering, because people need to volunteer more, and business management method. Oh, and note that I'm wearing a Michigan sweatshirt because I know Mr. Spalla loves that. But anyways, okay. What ultimately concerns the practitioners of your religion? I think they're concerned about finding truth in what they believe in and not just going by the eye, like what you see or what you hear. They want to get down to what it actually is. What does your religion contain? Well, one thing that is important, they have ethics, which is the actions an individual takes on himself to ensure his continued survival across the same. And I'm guessing that's kind of talking about they take certain precautions to make sure that they're doing everything right in their religion. What are things that are considered sacred in your religion? The first thing that is sacred in their religion, in my perspective, is L. Ron Hubbard. He came up with the whole thing. And then also, it really seems like one of their most sacred things are their celebrities. Some of their celebrities are John Travolta, Kirstie Alley, Jason Lee, Isaac Hayes Jr., Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes. And what makes them sacred is when they have these organizations, all the celebrities, they get a whole house and they get their own cook to do things, while the rest of the Scientologists are just out doing whatever. Like one instance, there was a woman, and she testified because Tom Cruise had all the Scientologist people planting grass to impress Katie Holmes, which I think is really weird. And then next, one thing that's important to them is their social ceremonies. They have ceremonies for marriage, birth, and death. And what's really interesting is when they have death, stop watching. What's really interesting is that when they have death, the minister talks directly to the deceased person, and he is trying to forgive them of anything that they may have done so that way they can start a new life. I think it's weird. That's why they believe in reincarnation and everything. And let's see. What theologies and writings and creeds have been developed? Okay, so they have this really long creed. It's about the entitlement to man. We have the right, all the things we have a right to, and it's really long, so I'm just going to email that to you. Next question. What behaviors do adherents of your religion practice? Well, they have this thing called auditing, and it's when you go, and it's kind of like, it's not like, well, let me see how to put this. It's kind of like a lie detector, and they hook it up to you. It's called an e-meter, and you hook it up, and they ask you personal questions and stuff, but it doesn't tell if you lie. It's more about how you're feeling about it and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. It's also kind of how they mission to people about Scientology by getting this, because it's totally free. You don't have to pay for it or anything, so that's really cool. When do they meet? Well, the church, they have over 600,000 churches of Scientology, and they have it on Sundays, the same day as we do, and that's where they have their ceremonies of marriage, birth, and death. And then the first church that they had became established in New Jersey, December 1953. And one of their common beliefs is that psychiatry and psychology are destructive and abusive fields which must be abolished. And they believe that man is immortal, and they call them thetans for some reason. And then we're immortal spiritually, and our primary existence, our primary purpose for existence is survival, like survival of the fittest, I'm guessing. And when I was saying Thetans, they believe Thetans were like an extraterrestrial cultures that people had. And before they came trapped in our bodies on Earth, that's what they believe. And that when they got trapped in our bodies, that they were brainwashed. They don't know how that happened, but we were brainwashed. Some people think that the Scientologists, that it's like a cult. Scientology is a cult. And they've had lots of issues with the law. Like, they've been hiding money and stuff. And the Scientologist organization, it's a non-profit organization, but sometimes they'll go behind the law, and I guess they'll get some kind of money because they're going to need money. Even though it's a non-profit organization, they still need money to do all the stuff that they're doing. The head church of Scientology International is located in Los Angeles, California, in the USA. And the chairman of Religious Technology Center is a man named David Miscavige. And Miscavige and Tom Cruise, they had this whole little celebrity thing going. And Tom Cruise actually had this top chef person to cook for them. And he went wherever they went so they could eat. But while they had that cook, I don't know, it might have been more than one cook, they left for the rest of the Scientologists. They only had 3 cooks to cook for 800 people 3 times a day. And so that's why it's kind of wrong. Even though they are celebrities, they shall be seen equal in their religion, because it's not fair if the celebrities, they get their own little place to go, and the rest of the Scientologists aren't allowed to go there. But they should be seen equal because they're all in the same religion, and so they should still be able to go in the same places. That's just what they believe. And so let's talk about their missionary work. Oxford capacity analysis, that's what I was talking about. And then there's just a quote that I found from it. It says, "We are forced to a position of skepticism about the test status as a reliable psychometric device." And one thing that's really bad, they feel that things are really bad, but one thing, if you have a traumatic illness or you are in a psychiatric ward for a period of time, they really look down upon that. And if you're in a family with somebody else's ex, they really look down upon that. So it's a very nice culture, and not culture, religion. And my religion's way different from that. We believe that Mary and Joseph rode on a donkey, and they had a little baby Jesus, because I just wrote a book about it. And I had a kick-butt donkey that I drew. But anyways, and that the baby Jesus was born, and that he was tried against false accusations and crucified on the cross. And so I will get the creed to you, but basically this is about Scientology. Thank you for listening. I hope you give me an A on this project.